Tornado. How are you? And today we're going to quickly talk about our second purpose that we might not even know we have one. So let's dive into this and please stay with me to understand what is really going on. And don't forget to subscribe here at the bottom right and give it a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Thank you. And let's get right to it. So our first purpose, as you know, basically everyday life, 9 to 5, 5 to 9, kids, marriage, video games, etc., etc., etc. So then what is our second purpose? Okay, well, this is what happens, and I will tell you next. So please stay with me to understand. Okay, there are two theories in this situation, and one is pretty much what Prometheus movie is all about, with engineers creating us, etc., etc. Then there's a second theory about perhaps there was some planet that had a natural occurring life, such as Pandora, as you know from Avatar. And basically what happened, that planet collided with another planet or a big asteroid and got spread across the universe. It pollinated the universe all over, everywhere. So that's a second theory. But if first theory is correct, then let me tell you what is going on that actually might have a darker overtones and might not be happy ending at all. So please stay with me to understand what really is going on. So we created a golden record under supervision of Carl Sagan that had all kinds of information about our life, samples of music, our language, pictures, sounds, and basically was shot into space in one direction. Now that's the bad idea, because if we shoot this record in one direction, we don't know what's going to happen to it. And that's like playing Loterio and hoping we're going to win right as soon as we fill out the ticket. So who's to say that record is going to end up in extraterrestrial life? And not just that, there might be all kinds of rocks flying in space that might actually damage the record, and there goes our money. So that's what the problem is with this particular case. But aliens have a different idea. So what they did, they engineered a rock with microbial life and they spread all across the universe everywhere. So let the chips fall where they may, right? So hopefully one of those rocks, the chances are much bigger that is going to hit a planet that can sustain life. And therefore, Earth happened, we happened. And as you can see, that's pretty evident that a lot of rocks were flying across the universe, especially on the moon. There's so many craters. But life didn't happen there. Why? Because probably the moon was already dead and life didn't happen there. But it did happen on our planet because our planet simply was capable of sustaining life. The next thing that we shouldn't have done, and we did anyways, but Stephen Hawkings talked about that. He said don't send signals into space because we don't know who our creators are and what is their motive behind it. And not just that, we don't know who might discover the signals, what aliens that actually might have some negative thoughts about our planet, because our planet could be very valuable. And telling them where it is, we might jeopardize our planet, our existence. So he said don't send signal into space, and yes, he was right about that, but we did anyways. Now here is the problem that we don't know about, and we actually think that we're sending signals into space because we want to find out about extraterrestrial life and so forth, that we think it's actually in our will, but it's not. Okay, so what happened is that aliens has programmed our DNA to send signals back to them once we find out about the habitable planet. So that's why we shouldn't be sending signals into space, but we're thinking we're looking for extraterrestrial life, and that's just because what we want to do, but that's not the case. Our DNA is actually being programmed that way to send signals into space, okay? And we don't realize that. Why? Because once we discover a planet, they just want to know where it is, and that's the whole second purpose I'm talking about in this video. So that's why we shouldn't have sent signals back into space, letting them know where we are, but we did. And by the way, Stephen Hawkins and me are born on the same date. Cool. And that's just the problem. So now what really happens if they discover the signal? Now I'm gonna leave you a video below in the link, and please watch it later on and stay with me for now. It's about these orbs from Massachusetts, and basically shows how life was spread across the universe, and one of the microbial rocks has hit the Earth and life was created here on Earth. And then it shows a big orb that's coming down to Earth, to the middle orb, which represents Earth. And basically those are our creators, and that's exactly what I think this message is all about. And that's why we should be alert of this situation, because we don't know what's going to happen once they come down here to Earth. So I strongly believe the signal has been discovered, and now it's just a matter of time when they're gonna arrive. Okay, so now what happens once they come down here? Well, basically, I don't think so they have any use for us anymore, because we tell them where the planet is, where the Earth is, and therefore there's no purpose anymore for us. Our job here is done. And that's very evident right now, because we're doing nothing but polluting Earth, fighting, killing animals, building nuclear weapons, and etc., etc., and overpopulating. So seems like our job here on this planet is already done. But why? The reason all this is happening, because our creators still hasn't returned. We are already found this planet, we already told them where it is, we're finished here. So now we're just waiting, and that's why all this chaos is sort of taking place. So what will happen once these creators come to Earth? Aliens are not interested in anything else but planets that can sustain life, okay? The real estate. That's the only thing they're interested in, because it means survival for them. Now, if you want to know why we were created in the image of our creators, basically because if we can survive, they can survive too. So that's why we have to be similar to our creators. As you know, like it was shown in Prometheus, basically we look like something like them, right? And again, because it shows that if we can survive, they can survive too. So that's why we are created in the image of our creator. Once they arrive to Earth, they might not have any purpose for us, and them engineering microbial life and creating us is pretty much very simple. So why keep us around? Because we're doing nothing but polluting our planet and etc., etc. So why keep us around? And so that's the second purpose that we might actually have, that we don't realize, that we are here for a reason. And we're thinking that everything is going to end up in some kind of a happy ending. But listen, that might not be the case, because as you know from our own experience here on Earth, we're basically polluting the planet. We're fighting, killing animals, slaughterhouses, building nuclear weapons, etc., etc. So this is the dark part of our existence. So what makes us think that once the aliens arrive to Earth is going to end up in some happy ending, right? We don't know. As you can see from our own experience, there's a lot of dark truth that's going on. And it doesn't mean that once aliens return, it's going to end up in some kind of happy ending, okay? So it might be just opposite. They might just get rid of us, and that will be it. So that's why I say it's definitely not a good idea to keep all our eggs in one basket, which is pretty much eggs representing us and basket representing our Earth. And we should definitely try to look for more habitable planets such as Mars, to have a plan B in case something like this does happen, right? And that's what I think about our second purpose, that we should be aware of, okay? Because this theory does have some logic to it, and that's why this theory is very dangerous. And that's pretty much all that I want to talk about this particular second purpose. And if you have any comments you want to leave below, please do so, and don't forget to subscribe here at the bottom right. Give it a thumbs up, that we much appreciate it. And thank you very much for staying all the way here. And I post videos every first day, every second day, every third day. If you're interested, please come back. And here is less about entertainment but more about the facts and etc., etc., UFO talk in general, okay? So thank you very much, and I will talk to you then. Cheers, take care.